In this video, I'm gonna talk about Ender Lilies. I have nothing funny to say. Not today. I tried my hardest to spin that game under every angle I could find in some attempt to get angry at something, but the only thing I managed to accomplish in my entire playthrough was only to get angry at myself. It had been sold to me chiefly as a Metroidvania, even though the inspiration of Dark Souls was pretty obvious. But for whatever reason, I had blocked out the Souls-like aspect in the course of my purchase. Or maybe I had seen a rock-bottom price and I had figured, what could possibly go wrong? For those who have no idea what I am talking about, Dark Souls is a video game chiefly defined by exploration and by ponderous combat in which enemy attacks are heavily telegraphed at the cost of being surprisingly damaging to the player. If you fall in the Ring of Honor, your entire life savings drop along with your corpse. If you die once again before you can retrieve your stack of cash, it is gone forever. These heavily challenging aspects came to define the new genre of Souls-like, and it inspired countless knockoff products, ranging from respectable to Chinese plastic. I was openly stacking the deck against my new acquisition. I had played Dark Souls before, and briefly. I am not even certain I had made it out of the very basic tutorial area before declaring that this was not my speed. Then again, I had been playing the PC port, and I had learned in hindsight, PC ports of the Dark Souls franchise had all the build quality of an average Cybertruck. Elon Musk cannot even at me on this one because I do not have an account on the website formerly known as Twitter. The game slept on my computer for God knows how much time. It probably qualifies as retro by now. That is just how long I took before even daring to look at it. I had not expected anything aside from disappointment. I figured that the adorable girl on the cover art was an omen of the things to come. A crutch of cuteness thrown in as a last-ditch effort against the impending doom of a player base's realization that they are playing a terrible pastiche of the real thing. Color me surprised when I began playing, and I felt in total control of myself within seconds. My controller and the little girl I was moving around all became extensions of my body. My attacks were brisk and clearly defined with a long and wide range. My eyes trained themselves to recognize the glowing red light telegraphing an incoming attack. In a largely monochrome world, I could easily tell where I was and where everybody else was. If anything got me good, it was because I had been too hurried or too stupid. If I died, it was because of my own behavior. Nothing else. It sounds really dumb for me to express my awe at the desolation of the world, but I have never really played Dark Souls. I am not used to witnessing so much gothic scenery gore. I am not used to a 2.5D video game integrating its second and third dimensions so seamlessly that I do not even notice I am enjoying the best of both worlds until I have taken time to reflect on my adventure. Every possible little bone has been thrown at me. I can pan the camera in any direction I choose, instead of doing a blind jump. I do not spend a self-heal if I press it while my health is full. Map markers change color once I have cleared a room of all its collectibles. I get to focus all my attention on the two things that count: the exploration and the combat. The game becomes a Souls-light in one single and all-changing aspect. Death does not result in poverty. In fact, death results in you simply being shunted back to the last checkpoint with all your possessions still intact, including the ones that you acquired even up to seconds before your demise. If you got somewhere and you are not interested in taking the long way back, you could take a death warp in total impunity. I can understand that this decision is not going to sit well with the purists. From the outside, I can see someone getting the game in the hope of obtaining more unsolicited anal sex from tough monsters as they wear a claypot helmet as their only protection. Detractors will not put it down because it is too hard. They will put it down because it is too easy. Because it is Souls-light and not Souls-like. It is probably the only point of controversy that I can find. Nowhere in the description does it say that the game will be more forgiving than what popular common sense will assume. If you want the hardcore experience, go elsewhere. This one here is the shallow end of the pool. You can complete it in 20 or 25 hours, all achievements unlocked, all endings, full experience. You got some ways to tweak the difficulty afterwards, but there is no expectation from the game towards you. Anything past the ending is a self-imposed challenge for your own enjoyment, and if you actually do partake into these options, then congratulations, my friend. You are hooked. Your next target will be the AAA titles by FromSoft. If you stop where you are, then Souls-Light is your sweet spot. You will not gain the favors of everyone, but it will make for a good litmus test to distinguish the assholes from the good friends. The good friends will simply be happy that you can hang out with them, that you have some understanding of what they are talking about, and that you can put your word into the conversation. And you can be happy that you have dipped a toe in the waters and got to find what you like, at your leisure. The world needs less gatekeeping. The world needs more games like this one. Get it. Seriously, if you have never played a Souls game before, this one is your solid gold chance. Try it out. It will help you discover yourself. In short, this game is a track day with an automatic transmission.